Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, well, not children of all ages.
No, not children of all ages. You have to be 21 and up to watch this.
Yes, if you're not 21, please turn this off. Everyone else, welcome. This is #WaxOff. And if you found yourself at this channel, we appreciate you coming out and checking out the video. We have some really cool stuff going on right now. If you're part of our Facebook group, there's going to be a surprise with these 3 bottles at the end, so you're definitely going to want to stick around for that. Today, we are reviewing Volume 1, 2, and 3 of the collaboration that Transient and Phase 3 did together, and these were just recently released, so if you want to see how they turned out, stick around. Alright guys, welcome. So, we're going to start this off, and we're going to try to be as quick as possible. This is going to be a little bit longer than our normal videos because we have 3 bottles to drink.
But we're going to try to talk really quickly so that we can get through it real fast. Okay?
So if we talk really fast, then that's why.
Okay.
Alright, first off, Volume 1. Brad, I'm going to open this and start pouring.
Wait, hold on.
What?
Brad?
Ramrod. #Team Ramrod. Or #Team Mayor. Let's see what this does.
That's what they used to
Let's
call
see what
me
this
in high
does.
school, so.
#Team Ramrod, or are you #Team Mayor? Let's find out. So I'm going to pour this. When I'm done pouring, I'm going to have you read the label and tell us what's in it, okay?
Okay, let's do it.
Alright.
You're doing a lot of talking.
I am. I'm trying to do it fast.
Yeah, quickly.
Yeah.
Speedy Gonzalez.
Alright, so you do that because you don't smell anyways.
No, I don't.
I will smell while he's reading the
I
label.
do not like to do that. So, Imperial Oatmeal Stout with vanilla, tugboat coffee, black tea, cinnamon, chai spices, and in Parker Heritage Rye Whiskey and Bliss Bourbon Maple Syrup barrels. God, it's got so much stuff in it, but
As you were reading
sounds
it,
good.
I was smelling it, and I'm going to tell you that a lot of that stuff was coming through. You definitely get the chai on the nose, the vanilla. You can smell the barrel.
So, just from looking at the bottle,
Yeah.
if one were to smell, which I didn't do,
Yeah.
I think chai probably would have hit somebody's nose.
It is, but you know what? It has a big whiskey bone on it because it almost smells like whiskey on the like, you know, I get that little burn in your nose from the whiskey or bourbon.
It almost, honestly, to me, it almost smells like licorice.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like all of those things coming together puts off a really licorice, like black licorice.
Oh yeah, and it's coming through. It's like it's almost like a salty black licorice on the flavor.
I was not wrong.
Yeah.
It tastes like black licorice.
Do you get the salty, like, savoriness
Yeah,
from that
I do.
too? It kind of takes me to like, you know how when you drink a coconut beer and you have like that savory, salty butter flavor going on if they really do the coconut oils well? I'm kind of getting that, but with a mix with black licorice. You know when you drink like a chai tea, if you've ever had one, they kind of have like a dry, chalky finish almost on a chai tea. I'm getting that from the beer as well when I'm sipping on it.
For me, I think the chai and the coffee coming together create that black licorice. Have I already said that it tastes like black licorice? I don't know if I did.
I think the combination's really unique. I think the body's good. You think it's bad?
Unique is a good word.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's fun. Like,
Yeah.
if you get into these beers, one of the coolest things that you can do as a brewer is to build a beer with different layers. And I feel like with this one, they did a really good job producing the layers they wanted to. And I'm catching most of them. The coffee's kind of hard to find in there.
Okay, it just popped in my head. I was getting a flavor that I was like, I've had this before. It tastes like Sambuca,
Yeah?
which with Sambuca, you're supposed to have a bean of coffee with it.
So maybe
it
almost
makes-
like a play on that.
Yes.
Okay. All right. Well, I mean, I like it. I think it's different. I don't know if I could drink a whole bottle of it. It's unique and it's fun, and I really like what they did with it. All right. Well, then we'll clear out our glasses and we'll jump into Volume 2. All right. So we have jumped into
Onward and upward to
Yeah.
Volume 2.
We are jumping into Volume 2, and we'll do the same thing here. I think that worked out well. So I'll do a pour real quick. I'll take a smell since Brad skips that, and he will describe the bottle for you.
Another Imperial Stout
Wow.
with vanilla and tugboat coffee, so they like vanilla and tugboat coffee clearly, and hazelnut.
That's the nut.
That's
I was going to
new.
say I'm getting nuts in
Aged
there.
in Parker Heritage Rye Whiskey and Bliss Bourbon Maple Syrup barrels.
Wow.
So it is similar to the last one. Gotta be honest, hopefully it doesn't have that licorice flavor.
No,
got
I
off
mean-
the last one.
On the nose, out of the gate, I got nuts, and I was like, I gotta figure out what nut this is. And the
Yeah,
hazelnut makes
You like nuts, don't you?
Gosh. So I definitely picked up the hazelnut right away. I think it smells great. I'm getting the barrel. I'm definitely catching a little bit of like vanilla and oak from that might be
So
present
this
in there.
one is already a lot better. Yeah, even the first 2 sips of this one, I like it much better than the other one. In volume 1, flavors were way too muddled for me. I didn't get any distinction between them. This one, the hazelnut, I think brings it around.
You know what? I have to say, even on the last one, I feel like the coffee is hard to find, but I almost feel like that's intentional. Tugboat is so good at roasting and like picking their coffee beans for these types of beers, especially if they taste them beforehand. I'm honestly going to say they probably tasted these beers and they threw in coffee that plays on the notes that are already there.
Yeah.
Because I feel like they just it's almost, it's not hidden in a bad way, it's hidden in a good way, if that makes sense.
Anybody that knows me and has been watching these videos for a while or just drinks beers with me from time to time knows that coffee to me needs to be done really well, otherwise I get green pepper. That this doesn't have it, and I think you're right, it is muted. And it's good that I don't think, unless it's just a straight up coffee beer, the coffee doesn't really, a lot of times it overpowers things, and that's not a good thing. It does not. It adds a nice layer, but it's not overwhelming.
It definitely adds to the notes. I'm catching a ton of vanilla, a ton of hazelnut on the taste.
Hazelnut is for sure the prevailing, the most
A
out
little bit
there.
of barrel, and then I mean, honestly, this is definitely a great beer. I would definitely drink this one again. All right, well, with that, I guess at this point we're gonna move on to volume 3.
Volume 3.
Yeah, so we're gonna discuss that and see how that goes. And this is volume 3, so
Welcome back for round 3.
round 3.
Yes, it is an oatmeal stout. With vanilla, violet sky cocoa, however you want to pronounce it, nibs, cinnamon, ancho, and guajillo chilies aged in, and this is where you kind of get a curveball, tequila and McKenna bourbon barrels.
Yeah, so on the nose, if you all know me, when cinnamon's there, it prevails. So I'm catching cinnamon right out of the gate. I got some vanilla. I'm definitely picking up on the chilies. Hopefully the spice isn't too strong, but it doesn't smell too strong.
So I'm just getting straight into what I think of it, since I go straight to tasting. This is the best of the bunch. Not even close in my book. He's probably gonna have a completely different opinion because he always does. This is the best of the bunch, no question. What I've found, there's a few Bottle Logic beers that have cinnamon in them that are aged in tequila barrels. I really like those ones too. I really like the combination of tequila and cinnamon, apparently.
So for me, I taste the cinnamon, but you know me, I'm super sensitive to cinnamon. I don't like it. I think they balanced it really well in this. It also has this really sweet backbone. I don't know if it's coming from the chilies, like the way that maybe they de-seeded, didn't take any of the heat with them. I'm not sure, but I'm getting a lot of sweetness. So the chilies come through towards the end and they linger. You get a little bit of heat on the tongue after the fact, especially if you swirl it around a little bit.
Yeah.
So I'm definitely picking up on those.
It's almost like a bread, like a raisin bread pudding.
Yeah.
Kind of like.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, and honestly, these beers, any beer that has cinnamon, in my opinion, if it's colder, it's better because the cinnamon doesn't come out as much. This one's
These
warmed
are not
up.
very cold.
No, they're not very cold. They've warmed up to about room temperature, and the cinnamon is not killing me. So if you're not a cinnamon fan, I don't think stay away from this beer. I think it's actually a good beer because they balance the cinnamon out well with the chilies that come through at the end. You do get that sweetness. You get it's hard to find any of the other flavors that are there. I'm not really gathering any coffee or vanilla. The chocolate from the cocoa nibs is more of a bittering at this point. I don't think it's getting any like milk chocolate flavor.
So I guess let's ask this question then. If you had to put them in order,
Yeah.
what order would you put them in from least to favorite?
So, I'm thinking for you, it was this way, right? So 3, 2, 1.
Correct, sir.
Based on
You mean number 1 favorite, number 2, and that was my least favorite.
correct, yes. I agree with you. The only thing I think I would change is I think these are too close together, almost to call. But I did like the flavors on this one. I like the way the sweetness on this one takes me to that like dark fruitiness, which I'm not a big fan of the dark fruit. I like when caramel notes and like coffee and stuff like that come through on the malts, and I feel like this went towards the fruitier side of that. So I like this one a little bit better.
Okay.
I think Volume 2 is my favorite.
I mean, one of these days we're going to agree on something.
It's bound to happen.
Bound to happen.
So an average sip scale, I mean, honestly, I think it's pretty easy to say that from the sip scale, these two stand up, and this one doesn't quite.
Hold on.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think now that's a little bit.
I don't know if it's that far off. I would like, again, that one's really fun, and if you enjoy like layering and really finding flavors, this is an experience beer. I would drink that one with multiple people. I would not put it up against like some of the big players out there with stouts, but it's fun. It's interesting.
Or hey, just go grab a bottle of Sambuca, get a shot, try that, and see if you can tell the difference.
We talked about this. So if you don't know what Sambuca is, it's basically Jägermeister, not quite as harsh. But yeah, I don't know. I like that one. I think it's fun. So I'm not going to put it high on the sip scale, obviously, though. I think the average between them gets dropped a little bit because of this one. So I think I'm going to leave this out of the rating and rate these two.
Fair enough.
All right, so on these two, my sip scale for these two is going to be a 6.8.
That might be the first thing we agree on. I usually don't like to double up the scores. I'm gonna just hit the exact same score and go with 6.8.
6.8?
Yeah, I think it's fair.
Well, with that, let's jump right into talking about what we're doing with this. So, if you are part of the Facebook group, awesome. If you're not, please join us on Facebook. We are a group on Facebook called #WaxOff.
It is a little bit tough to find. When you look up the group, you have to search it in a proper way.
Or put a comment in. If you are having a hard time finding it, comment, let us know, we'll reach out to you, and we will get you on the group. But if you're part of that group, first we want to thank you for being part of the 250 members that make that group so awesome. We have finally jumped over that 250 mark, and as part of that, we wanted to offer almost a reward or like a thank you from us to you guys, our members.
We really do appreciate the first 250. It's 263 as of this taping, but we really appreciate all of you that got it on the ground level.
Yeah, so as part of that, we're going to be giving away these 3 bottles along with this Transient opener that we picked up. And as to be part of that, the only thing we're asking is that you take a moment to find someone else you know that loves craft beer, and
1, 2, maybe 3 friends, whatever. Just invite a couple.
Yep, at least one that really enjoys craft beer, and then bring them into the Facebook group by inviting them. And then after they accept your invitation, go ahead and randomly numberize yourselves. We're going to do a random number drawing just like we did with the Gorilla Juice. And the other part of that is if you can make your way over to YouTube and then subscribe to our #WaxOff channel, that'll also help us there as well. Once you do those 2 things, you'll have an opportunity to win these. We just want you to invite someone to Facebook that's a craft beer lover, and then go and subscribe to the page. So that gives you an opportunity to win all 3 bottles and the opener, and that's where I'm at. We appreciate your time. Thanks for hanging out with us.
Kind of an abrupt ending. You caught me by surprise there, but sure, we're done.
Cheers, boys. Cheers.
You just totally caught. You're like, yeah, so that's it. I was just like,
Give it a swirl.
hey, it's
Come on,
my house. I'm
it
gonna
is.
do what
That's
I
his
want.
rules. Ladies and gentlemen.
Sure. Let's
Okay.
give it a try.
Okay. We're smiling.
Okay.
Okay.
I got an itch.
All right. Done?
Yeah.
Sure?
Yeah.
Okay. I think it's how fast it rolls off the tongue that makes it funny.
You think so?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I'll whip it out there. But, so you're going to call yourself Ramrod, or do I have to call you Ramrod?
You do. I can't call myself that.
Okay. All right. You ready?
Yeah.
Okay. We also have a special surprise for all of our members on Facebook as well. So if you want to see the review and find out what the surprise is all about, stick around. Here we go. That might be part of the bloopers.